So I just took all these bolts out. These look like 6mm bolts out of here with a 10mm socket. I was trying to pull this intake off like I saw in the video. But it's solid. It's still down on the intake down there. But look, this comes off. So I guess it's time to take this off. So undo the intake tube and undo a couple of hoses. Looks like a water line. I'll just take off the upper plenum. This is actually the lower. This is the intake and that's the upper plenum. Okay, the upper intake's not that bad. You got a PCV valve hose. I made a video on replacing that. And then this one hose, and then 2 water lines on the throttle body and the throttle body connector. And this whole intake plenum. Oh, that's heavy. And I cleaned that. Oops, got it dirty again. Cleaned that a couple years ago when I bought it. It was really nasty. I had a bad idle. Once I took that off and cleaned it, it's got it dirty again. It was idling really rough. Cleaned that and ran perfect after that. Still runs perfect. Okay, so now I can actually get to the injector harness. And I don't know if I'll take the intake off or not. Need to get that starter off. Still haven't taken off the shroud. I've got 3 out of 4 clips. That clip takes a lot of strength to squeeze. It's 95 degrees. It's not the time of year to do this. But I've changed the plugs before, so those have been off. Oh yeah, I gotta disconnect all these wires. All the coils. Oh, I can't do anything left-handed. I'm gonna do that right. Okay, moving on. Just popped out the intake air feeder. I just took off a couple more connectors, took off the alternator. Whatever this is down here. I just took out this hose for the intake. I think I'm just gonna take this whole air box off as assembly. Maybe that 1 bolt. Now it's an 8. 10. Everything's a 10. Does that fit? Oh, that's gone forever. Oh, no, more wires. Okay, I gotta take out this wire. Yeah. Sensor. Oh, I gotta pop all those things. Okay, I just took out those 2 connectors. More clips to pop off. Oh, that's what I'll just get rid of this air box assembly. Docking station. A lot of space. It's pretty easy to remove as assembly. The catch was I did have to remove this 1.8mm hose. Get rid of the hose. Air box. I did put a K&N filter in it years ago because I love those. Keep them clean. Wow, it's the first time I've ever taken that out. So now you can actually see some more of the engine. So I gotta get all these wires out here. I'll probably take out this monster bracket. So I get my hands down to the bolts. Try to move all these wires out of the way. And there's no connector to unplug the engine harness. I wish there was. Just one big plug and click. But no, Nissan doesn't normally do that. They do put connectors some places, but no. Oh wow, here's a, actually speed it up. Here's a big plug here that goes all the way along. Maybe that's an engine harness. Oh shoot, there's another computer. Maybe that's a transmission computer. That's smaller. The other one's probably the engine computer. Alright, so I gotta take out that hose. That's going to the heater, it looks like. It's going into the cab. So, oh boy, boy, boy. Lots of wires. So I gotta disconnect this fuel line. That's usually pretty easy. A little special tool. Pop that in there. Get that out of the way. It just goes back here. And I think I'm going to take out this big steel bracket. It's kind of hiding my, making it impossible to get to the injectors unless I take the intake off. Which, there's those bolts down there. Still haven't gotten the radiator out, haven't tried. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this out. I have to get in there and oh, I can see all the bolts. There they are. 1, 2, 3. It's just 3. Oh. Looks like I get those with a straight long extension. try to pop that off. Check this out. Yeah, I got them with a 12-inch extension and a 1/4-inch drive, 10mm socket, but they are tight. Oh, didn't work. Oh, I got it. Three bolts. I think I got those out. Oh no. No way. There's 3 bolts to hold on intake manifold. There must be some more. Oh yeah, the upper bolts. There they are. I see them. Oh yeah. I should probably use a bigger socket. Top bolts. Okay. So I think those what, 5 bolts? It's off. Oh, there's more wires on manual. That's off. Intake's off. It's a lot easier than the old alternate K engine. We'll take the dipstick out now at this point. We're done with that. We'll drain oil next. Probably stuck on. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, it's out. Intake monster is out. That wasn't bad. That was probably the fastest intake I've ever taken off. Whew. Now I can actually see the injectors. I don't even need to take off whatever. Oh, is that the fuel rail? Jesus. Okay, I got the alternator off. We need to take the alternator off. The alternator needs to come off completely. It's going on the other engine. Take off that bolt in a minute. Yeah, we'll get rid of that junk. Disconnect the ground. That looks like the knock sensor. That's the knock sensor. Already unplugged some kind of cam position sensor or something up here. So we'll get rid of all these injectors. Yeah, I got rid of the coils. I unplugged all the coils. I think I'll just take this ground completely off, just get it out of my way. And these are the fuel injectors. Jeez. Stupid tool's falling. Okay, get the injectors up next. Okay, I think I figured the trick to get the radiator fan shirt off. Stick a screwdriver in there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, come on, light. I can see, but just stick a screwdriver in there. And you just gotta push these tabs and pull. Ah, that worked. Sticking a screwdriver in that one. I got it off. Everything's disconnected. I don't know how to get this thing out of here. What are we hooked on? That's not hooked up to anything. Are you still on that bottom one? Where's the light? What's going on down there? Does it go back in? No, it's not in anymore. Oh, it's coming. Doesn't want to come out. I think it would help if this was off, but I'm going to try to avoid taking that off just because the hood. The reason I don't want to take this off is this is welded to this. We just got the hood bracket, and you have to mess with the latch. Look at the size of these bolts. I don't want to mess with that, so I'll get this out if I can. I got it out. One connector. What is that? One connector and basically 0 bolts. What a crazy design. Lego technology. Just clips, 4 clips. The fan shroud comes out. It does come out. I don't know if you could do that with the intake on, probably, but I couldn't get my hand down here to squeeze it, but I still couldn't even with it out, so I stuck a screwdriver in there, so now I know it is doable. That's the radiator. Usually I always take the radiator out because it gives me more room. But since this one is bolted in by this tie bar, I don't think you can take it out without taking out the tie bar, and I don't really want to mess with that because previously said. So I think I'm just going to leave the radiator as is, which that means the condenser is as is. And notice the AC is way down the bottom, so hopefully planning on leaving the AC all charged and just doing what I normally do. Unbolt it from the block, swing it off to the side, zip tie it to the wall, out of the way, lift the engine out and put it back on. Oh, I was trying to take out this ground. It's a little 8mm bolt, a little ratchet. This thing is so tight, cannot do it. So I need to put a bigger ratchet on there. Bigger 8mm, please. Bigger ratchet. Always works. It works smarter, not harder. Oh my gosh. Pretty tight for a little teeny ground bolt. It's off. So you got an 8mm headed. What size is this bolt? It looks like a 6mm. Put that back in the block so I know where it goes on the other engine. And I gotta take out the other ground, which is a 10mm. Oh boy. I'm gonna get this stupid alternator out. I gotta take the belt off. Ugh. I think I'm just gonna, I'm gonna focus on getting rid of all the wires for now. Here's a tip on removing plastic connectors. Don't ever pull on the wire. You'll just break the wire. But if you have to squeeze them, it'll come off. Pair of pliers, look how easy it was. Couldn't even get those other ones. Pair of pliers. Always pull on the connector. Ejectors are freed. Now disconnect. And here, check this out. I changed this PCB valve a while ago. I don't know how you're supposed to see that, but it actually has the torque specs of the plastic PCB valve going into plastic valve cover. That's a little ridiculous. I did not see that when I changed that a year ago. And I don't care. It's a plastic thing. That's a little ridiculous. Okay, moving on. These long pliers, awesome. I just disconnected the air conditioning down there. I got this zip tie down here. I love Nissan uses these reusable zip ties, so you just push a button so you don't have to break anything. So now all these wires. Is it one wire or is there another wire? Alright. Next, remove the fuel line. So we can set up here. A lot of people ask me how I removed the fuel line on the the Armada when I did the starter. I had to take the fuel line off a few times. It seems to be the best one. I've bought a lot of these different tools over the years. I haven't seen it work as good as this whole plastic thing. Let's see, I labeled this Nissan, I think when I did the Armada. See if it works on a Sentra. There we go. Oh, it's in. There we go. Easy peasy. So there we go. Worked again. I guess it's the same as I wrote Nissan on this one. I think I have a few of these. It came like a pack of a bunch of colors. So bought all these things. They never seem to work. Where's that thing going? You'd think that one would work, but I think it's too fat. I don't know. Oh, now I got a smell of gas fumes forever. I guess I should try to stick something in there. A rag or something. Stick out the place. A lot of people think the gas is going to come spraying out at 80 miles an hour, 80 psi, but I think I'll put a Ziploc baggie on there and tape that, and that'll get rid of my fuel smell. Oh, just threw away a baggie. Here. That's a good idea. Put a zip tie on that. we go. Your one's out of the way. We'll get the engine back in. Alright, now I just got that nasty thing sticking up place. So now, next job is try to disconnect that air conditioning. One last connector down there. Oh, can't even see it. I'm gonna disconnect all these water lines. Take that thing off. I'm gonna disconnect. These are oil cooler lines. I think these are full of water. I think they're full of water. Got these on the new engine. I gotta take this hose off, all that hose. Oh, what's this one up here? Another one? Here's another water one up here. Yeah, it's gotta be water. So we can get rid of all the water. Protector on there. Oh, there we go. Moved. Thank you very much. There we go. And I think I'm going to take that bolt off. I'm going to take out this whole assembly. I wonder if I should take the bolts out of the block or just take the hoses off. I guess I got to take off. Take out this hose. I don't really need to take those off now because, well, I need to disconnect it from the training. That's for sure. This is another camera here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm trying to disconnect these coolant lines. Got one up here going to the head. Oh wow, that actually worked. I actually got the little clip to clip on the thing. So we can get that one off. That's the first time. It's off. Now where's the bucket? There's fucking water in this. Is there any water in here? Nope. Okay, maybe I'll just leave that on. Let's disconnect this guy. Why'd I let go? Why? Why did I let go? Yeah, these have got a weird clip on them. You can actually lock them open. Here's what I do is I twist them and then I let coolant. Oh, more coolant. Missing the bucket, of course. So how am I going to know that one went to the intake for the head? No idea. Figure it out later. There's water in there. Let me get this one off yet. I got this one off. Can't get it to pop off. So I'll try to get this one off. The clamp came off easy. There we go, it's off. There's some water in here, I bet. Oh yeah. Right in the bucket. What are they doing? Already drained the radiator, took the radiator out. Still water everywhere. Figures. Alright. Still got more water hoses up here. So here's all the wires. This hose goes up to throttle body. That goes to the head. That goes to the cab. So we get rid of this one. Just a regular pair of pliers. Got right here. I'm doing it with the Monster, long nose ones. You gotta remember to get this thing far enough back so you get your hand on there. Oh, that was easy. That's the heater hose going inside. There's another one, that makes sense. You should be returned from the heater. That's this hose. One of these is in, one of these is out. I don't care which is which. Just need to get them both off. So one's off. Put that up here somewhere. Okay, so all the water lines should be off now. I think it should be 100% of the water. Got a bolt holding this hose on. Okay. The water, gas is done. Gotta do the exhaust on the other side. Still got probably some more wires. Oh, we got another connector. That looks like you just take out that bolt instead of taking out that hose clamp. Maybe I'll do that. Why? Okay. Why bother taking off the clip? And just get rid of the whole bracket. Oh boy, there's another one there. What's this one do? Big old chunk of steel just to hold the hose clamp. Just to hold the zip tie. There's another one. This one's really good at wire management. That one's off. Another sensor back here. On the chain, or actually on the back of the head. And the cams, that's off, that's off. I just got this monster bracket, and of course that's an 8mm out of 10mm head. That would be too easy. Let's get rid of the bracket. Okay. Now we've got, oh my gosh, there's another bracket back there. Oh, another clip. Oh, I had it. Go this way. That's off. Of course, the wire is still bolted to the bracket, and the bracket is bolted to the block somehow. So I got to take off. There's another big bolt right there taking that bracket. Maybe I should just take that whole bracket off instead of taking off. This clamp's over here on the front engine. Alright, gotta finish this side started. Starter's Okay, there we go. Seems pretty good now. So there's a reusable zip tie. I like that. Just need the right screwdriver. Just stick it. Lift the tab, push in. Okay, the wire's off. Okay, that looks like, is that the starter? I don't think that's a starter. I think that's just another sensor down there. Below the starter. I don't know what that is. Okay, so starter's way up here. Should be one wire for the battery. That's this guy. It's a big old. Oh, I got these clips off. I can also just pop it off here. I push the button. There's a button in here. Man, it's all so tightly wound on here. Monster bolt. Blinding myself. There's another sensor down here. Let's see if I can get on another sensor. Can't get any of these. Wires. That's that one. Oh. Push the tab. Oh, forget that one. Below the starter. Yeah, nope. Let's try normal pliers.